This is In It Together with
Wayne
and Sharon Gill.
This is In It Together with Wayne and Sharon Gill.
You know, December is my favorite month of the year, Wayne. So happy December, everyone.
Yes. Happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas and all of the other holidays.
Yep. And it's also an interesting time for us, too. It's a time when we stop and reflect, right? So, Wayne, as you know, many companies, this is the month that they do strategic planning, right? They plan for the year ahead, etc. And you and I have a tradition, right? We always use December, too, to plan for our year ahead, both in business and personal wise, right?
Yep.
So whether you have a company or not, it's still a great month to stop, reflect, and plan for the new year.
Yeah.
So we're gonna use a model that companies use. We're gonna do like a strategic plan, but we're gonna personalize it. So we're going to do a SWOT analysis, right? And Wayne, explain that real quick.
Yeah, a SWOT is just an acronym. See, we love acronyms.
Especially you.
For strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities and threats. So as we look to next year on a business side, we're looking at each of those areas and assessing each of those areas, right?
And even if you do not have a business, you can look at this from a personal side as well. So I'm going to cover a couple of these letters. So starting with strengths. So every year, whether it's you or your business, you look to see in what areas were you strong, right? What were your strength areas? So, you look at yourself and you say, what did I do well this year? What did my company do well this year?
Yeah.
Where are we winning? Where are we shining?
Yes.
And so what you want to do when you identify your strengths, you want to double down on that for the new year.
Yeah.
So you celebrate yourself, you celebrate your strengths, and you double down on your strengths for the new year.
Yeah.
But on the weakness side, Wayne, what happens?
Yeah, it's important that you identify what the weaknesses were. Those areas where you may have fallen short, where you may have started something, but you weren't able to finish it in the way you would have liked. And sometimes it's really hard to be honest with yourself about your weaknesses. But I find that sometimes that'll lead to what Sharon will talk to next. The weaknesses are sometimes just a breeding ground for opportunity, right?
That's right. That's right. And if you're weak in a certain area, it may also be, like you said, a time where you say, hey, I'm not the best administrator, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm not the best person with the books. Maybe it's time for me to incorporate some help, right?
Yeah.
Like a virtual assistant, a virtual bookkeeper, or whatever. And there's so many of those people around right now. So your weaknesses is not to make you feel terrible, but it's to make you see where opportunities are to grow.
Yeah.
And as we talk about opportunities, we are looking at 2021, right?
Yeah.
Friends, 2020 is over, right?
Yeah,
It's pretty much over.
That's right. 30 days to go.
30 days to go. It may not have been what we all wanted, right? But it is what it is, right, with COVID. But what are the opportunities that are around, right? So in COVID, there were some losses, many losses, not to mention the loss of lives, but there were also many things that happened and businesses were spawned.
Yeah.
So as a coach, for example, I was able to help a lot of people this year take their ideas going from concept to market. So as I'm looking at opportunities for myself or for our company, it's like, who can we help next year as more companies are trying to go online and start businesses? So you look at your SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, what are the opportunities available to you personally or to your organization? So you look at opportunities and you plan for those.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I've really learned over the years is that within every crisis, there's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? Or within every crisis, there may be multiple opportunities. And, you could see that even in the kind of year we've had in this past year, that a lot of companies had to revise how they do business, revise how they deal with their customers, revise their policies, revise maybe even just chuck one part of the business and go in a different direction. So although it may seem like an awful time, it's also an opportune time.
That's right. Opportunity is opportune.
Always be looking for the opportunity.
And then, of course, there's threats, right?
Yes.
And why don't you cover threats?
That's another area that you really need to be honest with yourself about as well.
Yeah.
To look out into the marketplace and see where are the threats. And that could be in a lot of different areas. It could be maybe you're in a certain line of business and a huge competitor moves into your market, right? Sometimes that happens with maybe as the year turns, people are looking for other jobs. They're looking for other opportunities. So you may have a loss of talent. You know, someone may say, well, I'm taking someone who you really rely on may look for another opportunity or maybe moving on. You know, sometimes it's in that area. I know you were talking to a client today who was saying something about, well, look, I realize I'm growing, but I may need to shore up this other part of my business because this is going to be a problem if I don't do something about it.
Right.
So he sees that even internally within his business, that if he doesn't make an adjustment for the coming year, it's going to be a problem.
It's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
And threats can also be things that we can control. For
yeah,
example,
absolutely. Totally
the government
external.
may make a decision that affects you, right? We have a new government now, so something may affect you in what they do. We may not get the COVID vaccine working, so we may be on lockdown some more. I mean, there are a lot of things, but the point of making this planning is to look as much as you can into the future and then make preparation, right? Threats, you know, there's nothing much we can do, but if you work on your strength, identify your weaknesses, look for the opportunities, you can minimize those threats and the impact that they have on you and on your business.
Sure.
So
yeah, it really gives you a little playbook to run with in the new year. You've kind of thought about things in advance. And what's nice about that, Sharon, is you have a plan. You've looked at it, but you still got lots of flexibility. You know, you can move things around. You could still adjust as situations occur in front of you.
Because if you fail to plan, right, you
that's right. It's like
fail.
planning to fail. That's right.
Let us know what you guys think. Until next time, excuse me, it's
In It Together with Wade
and Sharon. Take care.
We'll make it, guys.